Hello, this is Mr. Collier, and today we're solving some more equations by elimination. Okay, so in this example we've got a system of equations where if we add or subtract, we don't get anything to cancel. So what you need to do is look at the coefficients and see if we can multiply by something to get the coefficients to match. So if you look at the x's here, we have 4x and 1x, so you can multiply the second equation by 4 to get those coefficients to match. Or you can multiply the second equation by 3, then you'll get a negative 9y and a 9y, so then we can add them together to get elimination. So we're going to have to multiply first. So we're going to have to multiply this second equation by 3 first, and then we'll get this set of equations. So the first equation stays the same. The second one is 3x minus 9y equals negative 18. And now the coefficients of y are opposites, so we can add them together and get 0. So we're going to add these two equations together. Negative 4x plus 3x. It's going to give me negative x. This is going to give me 0. And adding this together will give me negative 9. I can then divide by negative 1, you get x equals 9. So that's our x value of the solution. Now we need to find the y value. So we can use either one of these equations. I think I'll try the second one here. So I can substitute, instead of x I have 9. 9 minus 3y equals negative 6. Subtract the 9, we have negative 3y equals negative 15. Divide by negative 3, y equals 5. So there's our solution. It's 9, 5. Okay, so next example. Now in this example, it's not so straightforward. We can't multiply 3 by anything to get 5, and we can't multiply 4 by any integer and get 9. So what we need to do is multiply both equations by something to get the coefficients to match. So if I look at my coefficients of x, I have 3 and 5. So I got to basically find the LCM of 3 and 5. Okay, so if we find the LCM, we can list the multiples of 5, 5, 10, 15, and so on. 3, 6, 9, 12. So you can see the first common multiple, or the lowest common multiple, of 3 and 5 is 15. So I want to make both these coefficients 15. So I'm going to multiply the first equation by 3 to make 15x. And I'm going to multiply the second equation by 5 to get 15x. So my new set of equations are going to be, I'll write them over here, are going to be 15x plus 20y equals 90, and 15x minus 45y equals 90. So I've got 15x and 15x. That means I need to subtract to get 0. So if I subtract here, remember this is minus negative 45, so it's like plus 45. So 65y equals 0. You can divide by 65, you get y equals 0. So we found our y value. Now we just simply have to find our x value. So we can take either equation. I'm just going to take this bottom one here. So 3 times x minus 9 times 0 equals 18. And we have 3x equals 18, and just divide by 3. We get x equals 6. So our solution is 6, 0. That's our solution. Okay, so sometimes we need to multiply both of the equations by numbers to get the coefficients to match and then eliminate. Okay, so in the next example, let's see what we have to do here. Now notice in the previous examples, we have the x's lined up and the y's lined up, and then the constants lined up. So that's what we need to get to happen here right now, because we can't add these equations together as it is because the y's are not on the same side of the equation. So what we need to do is, so like in the second equation we have y, and we have a constant, and then x on the other side. So if we can move this y term to the other side of the equation, then we'll have everything lined up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 20y to both sides of that first equation, and then we'll get over here, we'll get 20y minus 14 equals negative 7x. Okay, that's the first equation. The second equation stays the same. Okay, stays exactly the same. And now we need to get one of these coefficients to match, one of these pairs of coefficients to match. And I think it's the easiest to get the 10y, we can change the 10y into 20y by simply multiplying by 2. So let's go ahead and do that. So if I multiply this equation by 2, I will get 20y. So I have 20y plus 8 equals 4x. Okay? And let me just rewrite this equation down here. So that's 20y minus 14 equals negative 7x. And since we have these to be exactly the same, we need to subtract in order to get them to cancel. So if I subtract them, this is going to give you 0. 8 minus negative 14 is positive 22. 4 minus negative 7 is positive 11x. So then we divide by 11. We get x equals 2. Okay, so x equals 2. Found our y value. Now we need to find the x value. We can use either one. I'm going to use this one right here. So if I substitute that in for x, we're going to have 10y plus 4 equals 2 times 2. So we have 10y plus 4 equals 4. Subtract 4 from both sides. We have 10y equals 0 and divide by 10. And we get y equals 0. So your final solution for this one is 2, 0.